Yes, hello again, Psycho-Creative community, Right Brain Revolution. Today, this meeting is about creative awareness and a glimpse into future ways to teach this elusive topic, which I believe it's a basic topic to learn, more important than the usual stuff that people are learning in school. I think what may be more important for life than creativity, than love, the best equipment for better life. So I created for you 12 affirmations, 12 statements about creative awareness. I want to share it with you now. Let's see where it is. I sent it to you before. Let's see it here in the group. Okay, let's see if it shows clearly. I think it is. Okay, and we can make it even bigger. Okay. Do you see it clearly, or do you need it in a bigger? Is it okay? Just give me an answer, please. Do you see it clearly? Or no, I think we needed a little bigger screen, bigger letters. So wait a second. I'm going to find it. Okay, there it is. Second. All right. So, Viola, do you see it clearly? Yes. Can you read for us the first sentence, please?
Creativity is basic, innate. No, I cannot see clearly now.
Wait. Sorry.
It's okay.
Okay.
Creativity is a basic, innate human nature that represents humans' very existence.
Okay. Do you understand the sentence?
I don't understand the word innate.
Inborn.
Ah, okay.
Okay, it's within you. Do you understand the sentence now?
I think so.
Creativity is a basic, innate human nature that represents humans' very existence.
It's kind of new for me, but I'm ready to develop my abilities to understand it.
Okay, go to the second one. All of them are things that I would like us to learn together.
Creativity represents the healthy constant change that exists in all things.
Do you understand this one? Is it easier to understand this one?
I don't know. I cannot focus. I'm going to the concert.
I'm saying, okay, so let
I'm
me
like,
read.
you know,
Okay.
I'm waiting because I wanted to see you, but I'm kind of half of me gone already. I'm very sorry.
Jerusalem is confusing.
No, I'm just going to the concert.
One of the most confusing places in the world, Jerusalem. So creativity represents the healthy, constant change. That this sentence says that change is a constant state that exists in all things. All things change. Do you agree with this? With this that everything changes. Everything changes. Do you agree with this?
Me personally, Viola, yes.
Yes. So Creativity is the energy that represents through human that everything changes. Creativity is a force that changes. Okay? And in a similar way, everything in life changes. So it represents the healthy, constant state in life. My goal is to show you that creativity is just nature. It is our nature, and we forgot our nature. Okay. Who wants to read the third one? Because Viola is confused in Jerusalem.
No, I'm going to the concert.
I will.
Fantastic. Okay, go ahead.
Creativity represents and implements the joy that accompanies when we connect to the creator within us.
Do you understand this, Jerry? Or do you have your understanding about this sentence?
I understand what the sentence is saying.
How do you feel with this sentence? It represents and implements the joy that accompanies when we connect to the creator within us. When we create, I'm saying that we actually connect with the creator within us. So it creates joy.
Yes, it gives us joy. I agree with that.
Good. All right. So if you started, go ahead for the next sentence.
Morning. You want me to read it?
Yeah.
The sole success of creativity is the generation of pleasure, healing, of transformation.
Okay. So I'm saying here that this is the success of creativity once it generates pleasure, healing, and I wasn't supposed to write off transformation and transformation. Many times we value or judge our creativity according to the results. But this is the way to miss the beauty or the essence of creativity. Creativity is a kind of energy in motion that generates pleasure. Isn't it enough? It creates pleasure, healing, and transformation. Okay, read the next one.
People are under constant creative retraining by their exaggerated self-criticism.
I guess this is quite simple to understand, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So I'm saying here is without us knowing or paying attention to it, we are under continuous scrutiny or surveillance or restraining of our self-criticism that prevents us from showing this natural ability of being creative. It should be very simple, but we block ourselves. Okay? All right, who else wants to read to us? Any other volunteer? I can volunteer, but it's too easy. Okay, so let me continue. Creation is the physical expression of the intuitive energy and is the one that gives the intuition the stage to keep flowing through people. I'm saying that actually creativity is the output of intuition. Intuition gives us new advice, and when we implement it, we become creative. Intuition is always about new things, new avenues, adventures, things that we don't understand what you should do. This is what intuition is offering us. And whenever we go through it, we get creative. That's it. That's it. There is an inner voice that says, go ahead, do it. And we don't understand why, because our logic doesn't understand. So if we do agree, we get creative. Okay, and the video that I will share with you today is talking exactly about this. The third video of Kingdom of Creativity is about obeying only my inner voice. Okay, so there is a kind of I'm playing there with the words, showing that if you want real freedom, you need good obedience to your inner voice. Most of the times, the association between obedience and freedom is not so well. And I'm saying this is the real freedom, to be tuned to my own inner voice, but I need to obey to it, to cooperate with it. Otherwise, it won't help me. So let's look at this video together. Please write to yourself any questions you may have, and we will discuss them together. Let's see where I can find it. Is it here? No, share sound. Okay. Yes, here. Do you see the video? Not yet. Let's try again. Okay, I think now we're going to see it. Yeah. Kingdom of Creativity. This is chapter 3. Third chapter in part 1 that asks the question, why kingdom? And this chapter refers to this question, but saying that creativity, it is the place where I obey only my inner voice and not any other voice. Like a king, like a queen. My voice. My voice is the one who determines my creativity, my initiative, the risks I'm taking, my route of creativity, the choices in which I take during my creation process, etc. I obey. Wait a second. Obedience. Let's focus on this word, and maybe in a little surprising way, I would like to show you how obedience can be a positive turn related to freedom of creativity. Obedience. Actually, obedience, when it is in its right place, is the center of human freedom. Because creativity is the output of my inner voice. My unique, my very special, one-time, unique voice. When I create in a proper way, which means when I am loyal to my own flow, I do it through obedience to my voice. I obey to my voice. And this requires courage. This is true freedom. When I'm able to get in touch with my voice, my own voice, when I'm able to filter the noises that are coming from many people, from influences, pressures, inner pressure, outer pressure, inner criticism, outer criticism, norms, expectations, many noises. All these things disturb me from hearing clearly my own voice. If I am able to listen to my voice and say, I obey only to you, I trust you, I trust my own voice, I have enough self-love and enough courage to follow my inner voice and let my inner voice be the manager of my creation, of my choices. In fact, we can say that creativity is the, let's say, direct output of intuition advices. Whenever we follow intuition and do things that are recommended by our intuition, we will be creative. Always. Intuition is always about making something new. Intuition is always about going to uncertainties. Intuition is always about some kind of adventure. It is always about creativity. Intuition doesn't put us in the same plane, in the same place. It always takes us to a new place. Unfamiliar, unknown. Moving from the known place to the unknown place is creativity. The major mistake in addressing creativity is in overthinking about the result and not about the experience, the inner change that we go through while we are in the creative mode. The creative mode is changing, shifting, and while doing so, you find new routes of expression, new ways of freedom in your expression, in your originality, in your uniqueness. This is the main thing about creativity. Changing, until you find freedom from all the expectations and the norms and the pressures and what will they say. You need to make many steps of changes until you are free. And who will guide you to these changes? Your intuition. Can you trust your intuition? Can you follow intuition, or will you go through the safer route, safer path, and not do something new because it sounds too risky to do something new? So if you want the creative outlet, in fact, in your kingdom, you say, I am listening only to my voice. I am obeying my voice. Because this is the way we work with intuition. We cannot reason with intuition. Intuition will always push us to a place where logic cannot explain. We don't get from intuition all the information prior to the action that it recommends us to do. No. This is not the deal with intuition. Intuition says, this is the way, now you go there and you will find there. But I cannot give you all the information now. You need to take a risk. You need to jump. You need to jump. This is the rule. So you may obey it, or you may decide, no, I'm not ready to jump. I'm not ready to take risks. In fact, I'm not ready to be creative. So, creativity, with all its freedom, is in fact about obedience, but obedience of the good kind, healthy obedience, high obedience. I obey my inner voice. I am training myself to be tuned better to my inner voice. I train myself to obey my inner voice, even if this voice is telling me to do something that most of my friends do not do. Even if this inner voice is asking me to do something that I have never done, do I have the courage to obey my inner voice? This is what is so special about the kingdom of creativity. It is a kingdom. And the queen and the king, they are in a very, very special place where they say, I do not obey anything but my voice. I am the king. I am the queen. And here is what I'm saying. Each individual can create their creativity kingdom and decide to get better and better and better in following, obeying their inner voice, therefore becoming more creative. Okay, so this is the main message of this video. It's about what can say positive or high obedience. It says that the real free people, the real creative people, are those who are able to obey in a great way to their inner voice. This is what makes them unique. They are committed to their own voice, even if it's not nice for other people. They obey it. And it is important for me, I mean, in many things in life, when you make a decision to follow a route, certain route, so you decide to obey to the route, to the way, to the path. So you make a commitment, you devote yourself. This is your choice, of course. But the choice is to obey a certain process, a certain voice, and follow it. So being creative in ways means being obedient. The main challenge, the main human challenge is with the question, who do you obey to? You will obey someone. Do you obey the media, the government, certain people who put pressure on you? Will you obey them? You will obey someone, something. But if you train yourself, it's a matter of training. If you train yourself to choose to take your obedience mainly to your inner voice, this is where your obedience will be, and you'll be more creative, you'll be free. Some people will not feel nice about it, but you will be creative. You will have your freedom, and you will know who to consult with. It will be your inner voice first and foremost. This is the message of this video. And this is a connection to the phrase kingdom of creativity. You are a king when you have the path that you dictate. This is the path to follow. I am saying this because I am the king. And which path will it be? My voice's path. My responsibility, my creativity, my risks, my process, my life. And many times the conflict is with other voices, even voices from the past, that kind of antagonize our inner voice. Many times it's the total opposite. Our inner voice and other people's recommendations or advices or ideas. This is what creativity is about, finding your own unique creative expression, but it requires you obey your inner voice and training yourself to do so, even when it is not very popular. Okay? And if you want to be intuitive, you need to show your intuition that you are ready to follow it. By actions. It's not just by saying. I mean, you need to go and make some new choices according to your intuition. Then intuition says, all right, I have a partner. I'll give him more ideas. I have plenty, but I want to see that my ideas are being implemented. So this is the message. And now I am inviting you to share ideas about this. If you have questions, if you disagree, if you agree, whatever you want to say will make a contribution to this lesson. In English, of course, not Russian.
Hi, Pinky. Thank you very much.
Hello, Dina.
Alan, I wanted to ask, you said a line that my English is not good enough to understand, and it was just before you ended, you used some English words that I didn't understand. So if you could please repeat it.
Something that I said now, or in the video, or in the list?
Just now you used a word that I didn't understand, so I couldn't follow your question. You asked two questions.
No, it's actually one question that says it's an invitation for you to comment, to ask, to share thoughts about the things that I said in the video or after the video about creativity being actually an act of obedience to our inner voice, in contrast to being obedient to other voices. Saying that we will obey something, we need to obey something. The question is what we choose to obey. Will it be more of our inner voice than outer voices? And this will determine the level of our freedom. There are times, for example, that the right thing for us is to refuse something that most people will agree. Our inner voice will say no, but most people will pressure. No, you have to say yes like everybody. But your inner voice says, no, I do not agree. What will you do? Whom will you obey? And if you obey the minority, some people will think you're strange, and others will say, well, she is creative. Just because she followed her inner voice. This is what I'm saying, is that creativity is actually a result of listening to intuition, listening to inner voice, and just obeying it. And that's it. All the improvements, all the results will be there later. But the initial movement of creativity is just following and obeying. My inner voice said, I'm start walking. Okay, let's see. Even if it's not certain where it will take me, I'm following my voice. And if you repeat it, if you practice it, it gets easier, because once you do it and it's fun, you want to do it again. So far, so good? You understand me?
Yes, thank you.
Good. Good. So I am not an English speaker, and you are not English speaker, but we do our best. So, yeah. Who wants to share, to join this discussion? We learn better when there are many voices. Yes, please.
I have a question. It's a question.
Go ahead, Jerry.
When you talk about listening to the inner voice rather than a popular whatever, could you give us like a concrete example? Something realistic that we could relate to.
Let's open this question to the rest of the members here. An example in which there is a conflict, concrete example between my voice and the outer voice and the collision between them, right? Oh, we have them daily, you know, we have them daily, we just don't pay attention. But all right, I'm inviting other members here to give us example from the family, from work, whatever you want, you have it all day long. This conflict, this disharmony between the inner voice and other people around us. So, anyone wants to give an example? Share an example, generally or from your own life? Yeah, you see it many times in children, by the way. They don't want to do. They don't want to cooperate. Do it like this. No, I don't want to. And then the adult says, no, you have to do it. This is the way we do it, okay? I don't want. You have to do it. This is the places when we start showing children that they should not listen to their voice. When we force them only to follow the adults who know the way, what is needed to be done. Okay? But again, I'm inviting you to give us example.
I can give an example if it's okay. Or would you like somebody else to participate? It's fine with me.
No. Whoever participates, especially with red shirt, it's good.
Yeah? Okay. Thank you. So concerning a dispute, for example, conflict, which I had to deal with, well, the last weeks actually. And I found myself creating more during those weeks, and it relaxed me. But would you like me to say how I overcame that conflict?
Whatever comes to your mind, it's good. You can take it everywhere you want.
Well, I took it to self-development, actually. I really did. I just focused on myself, and I said to myself, what do you want? Not what he wants, or he or she, you. And then I took a step and made contact with whoever I needed to develop Dina, not anyone else, but Dina, in order to help the others. That's what I did. Yeah.
So you preferred pleasing yourself than pleasing others. Is it correct?
I preferred protecting myself and my energy surrounding instead of falling into that איך אומרים תהום?
Void, I would say.
Void that it was obvious for me that healthy, I will never come out of it.
Yeah, because the void is sucking your energy.
Yeah.
All right, very nice example. Many times people are asking us something to participate or to do, and it is not appropriate with our energy. And if we do cooperate with them, we will not feel well about this, but may feel that, okay, we did it for them, we helped them, so we cooperated, but it wasn't in alignment with our energy. And then we have a conflict. Whom do we choose? Our own energy or other people's expectations? And I'm saying that following my own energy is following my own voice, my inner voice, and many times it's not comfortable to say no or to prefer a different way than other people are expecting you to. Many times it takes place in families or with friends or co-workers, people around us. You have their needs or their expectations. Sometimes it is in alignment with your own needs and wishes, but sometimes it is not. Okay, other examples, please. We have it. Once we meet people, we have these conflicts. Always.
No.
Okay, Irek.
Yes.
You have an example?
Yeah, I'm. I'm agree with that, and I am for what you are saying. Being, sometimes to listen the voice, you are also of the front of the people like you are crazy. Maybe I am wrong, but sometimes the people attract you like, which a crazy idea you have. And this was happened to me once, many times. So I don't know. It is creative, the first, because I listen my voice. Like, for example, after the October 7, I have seen myself staying in the Israel and support Israel and staying and to help IDF and also to go and do something from someone who is from Poland. And from the moment I understand that I understand this voice, I understood also, it's crazy idea. I have not money enough. I have nothing what is giving me guarantee that I will get Israel after the October 7. But I started to work and I came. We were connected with some groups of the foundation, Amuta, and I was with IDF. With the guys, doing, having wonderful time, staying with them, saying, guys, you are not alone. We are also Poland staying with you. I mean, Poland like me. And I was also, trying to do what I can. And it was, it happened. Simply, it happened. But it's also questions. It is these crazy ideas which I have. And I am obey these ideas. Sometimes I was thinking, it was great, it was happened, and sometimes it's like once. Sometimes, I come back. Of course, we do certain different things. Question is, of course, I like it very much what we did. I mean, I have satisfaction. I feel very good. And I could share this with other people who also influence other people. And it was very nice things. The problem is only that these ideas, I have many in my life, and I am getting old. This is what I wanted to say. Sometimes the idea is nice, but we are getting old, and we are only people, and we have flesh. That's what I wanted to say.
Okay. You do not look so old to me, It's, it's a state of mind. Okay.
I'm now in Ukraine, in Kiev, and we did exactly the same things. But it's things which is getting, and I feel very good about this, to do this. But as I said, things are going forward, and sometimes we have not enough power or strength.
All right. So regarding what you're saying, I think that what you used to do is from time to time to follow a new idea and then it ends, and then you follow a new idea. This is why you're saying I'm getting old. I think what you haven't managed to do so far is to find a main path to follow for a long time, a main creative personal path for you. So you take processes that are relatively short, then it ends, and then you go to the next thing and the next. So you have a different challenge. Can you find from your unique voice a path in which you will invest years that will represent your authentic creativity? And this is a different challenge. You do have the ability to be unique, not to follow other people's attention, even if it sounds crazy. All right, let's be crazy. You do have this skill, which is rare. But I think what you also need is to dive deeper to your inner voice and to ask, what will be my challenge for years now? And I think this will meet your feeling of I'm getting old. Maybe this feeling is a representation of something in you that would like to do something special, bigger, that you will invest in it years, not just an operation and then it ends. Thank you. So you have
thank you.
So I understand that you have some gifts to the world that you haven't given, major gifts of your creativity that you haven't found the way to give them yet. I think this is the message. You have the courage, you have the creativity, but still it wasn't transformed into some kind of service to people. I believe this is your main question. How old are you, Irek?
So guess how old I am.
I don't know, 45, 40,
56.
35.
56.
All right. I am approaching 59. I just am starting to understand what the hell I'm doing here. Okay? Starting to understand, okay? And there is a song that says that most important people I met don't know what they do with their lives when they are older. So it's okay, you have a creative mind, but I guess this creative mind is looking for a home, your creative kingdom. So I guess we'll address this in future chapters. All right. This is your question. What are my gifts to the world?
Thank you. תודה רבה.
בבקשה. Who else wants to share with us? You see, it's lovely to get to know you better. When you're sharing, we know your challenges, the place where you are now. So we are still following Jerry's question to give us examples of times in which there is a conflict between your inner voice and outer voices. And what do you do then? What is your conflict? What is your position? You are invited to share with us. Each one who shares contributes to the discussion. Daphna?
I would like to share. Yeah, hi.
Yes.
Well, I missed the first half an hour, so I hope I'm not totally out of it.
Okay.
You tell me. For me, an example is, and I think many people today are experiencing something similar. I have a father who is over 90. Actually, his birthday, 94, was in the last days. Who is 94, is quite independent. But as years go by, there are more and more issues of how to help him, how to support him, what kind of supports he needs. Yeah. So there is his wishes, which I try to respect, and there's the family around. There is his partner. My mother died many years ago, so he has a partner who is much younger than him, and my sisters, especially one sister that is very dominant. So many times I felt that the way I want to do things to help him, and I'm the one who is closest here in terms that we live in the same city. When he's not with his partner in another city is here. So I didn't become the caregiver, yes, but I need to coordinate things with him and with the outside world, his medical needs or whatever, issues in the home. And I felt it was a nightmare to maneuver, because it's like I knew what my heart told me that would be right in terms of respecting his will and not forcing on him anything he doesn't want, because I feel it's not a good thing to force. And on the other hand, to respect my ability. And it was all the time a fight, because other voices, other people thought this is better, that is better. For example, there was a very strong pressure from 2 people in the family that we will arrange for him a caregiver. Here it's generally people from Thailand or Philippines. Look, all the people over 80 have it. You can get the money from the national insurance. What's the big deal? And I felt it's totally wrong. I felt that he will fall down. As long as he can maintain more or less functioning in the house and in his life, that's the best. It's like I'm elongating his life, yes, if I allow him this. But there were voices putting pressure. Look, he lives in a neighborhood. Most of the people are getting older and older. Look, all the people around, they have their helpers, and let's give him a helper. He can't be alone. He can't manage. And there aren't winners or losers in this thing. But for me, it was like all the time to find a way to be able to say, okay, I think this is better, because he didn't want a helper. And every time I tried to arrange even a little help so I can travel somewhere, he managed to sabotage it. So I said, he doesn't want a helper. And this is how he wants to live. And probably this is how he wants to die without the helper. So let it be, no? And so again, I say there aren't winners here, but I feel that I was very, very strong in my convictions, and in a very diplomatic and delicate way, I managed to work through. And it's still there, yes? There might be still more problems to face, for sure, as they deteriorate. I don't know if this is a good example, but...
This is a great example. This is life. This is life. And there is a word that we didn't use enough today, or even didn't use at all today, that is related, not exactly to your story, Daphna, but still it is there, because intuition, that may be our inner guide to the right creative way, is showing itself through some sort of passion. So passion says, this is what I want to do. This is what I want to do. I feel that this is the right thing to do. Sometimes we learn how to depress our passion. And then it is harder for us to listen to our inner voice. Then we are dragged by other people's voice because we don't hear our passion that is saying, this is what I want. Like Ired said, I want to come to Israel now. This is crazy, but this is what I want. This is my passion. Daphna is saying, I want to give my father this way of living. This is what I believe. This is my passion. The same way Dina said, this is my passion. This is my energy. All right, Jerry, does it sound familiar, these examples?
Yes, yeah, they're much more practical than where I was going with it.
Well,
So
there are many
good.
ways. Let's say you have a passion to join a singing group, okay? But then your family will say, no, you're a bad singer. Come on, you don't have the time for this. All those people over there, you won't like it, but you have the passion. My inner voice is saying yes, but they tell you no, but in this very time, we're supposed to meet together, all the family. Are you not coming to the family reunion? No, I have this passion. This is just, I'm just inventing you another conflict. It doesn't mean that we need to follow always our own voice, but the question is, can I hear it? Can I have the conflict within me? And if I make the compromise, do I realize that it is a compromise that I will not agree to do every time? Okay, because for me, for us, for everybody, to be creative means that I go through my unique voice, and creativity is always about uniqueness, some way or another. People may not agree with your way because they have their own creativity, their own way. And many people tend to push other people for the consensus. This is the right thing to do. We all belong to this church, synagogue, movement, community. This is the right way to do or to live. And then you have a passion to do something else. Sorry, it is not right for me. So if you want to follow your voice, you will be creative because you will do it in a different way than others. Okay? And this is how creativity changes the world. Because when people follow their creativity, they change the consensus. They enlarge the options, not only their option, but the community's option. Once more people deviate from the normal way, new opportunities arise. 30, 40 years ago, you couldn't get, for example, acupuncture treatment in the healthcare, the official healthcare, okay? It was just in private. But the more people opened more clinics, there was a bigger demand for acupuncture. Now it is the norm. So these people who were creative, I remember because I had friends who just began this phenomenon, this trend. They were just the beginners. They were bizarre. Now it's pretty normal. So this way we change society, not just ourselves. It's a contribution because many times we influence others also to make changes. It is an inspiration. One person's creativity is other person's inspiration, where that will become their creativity, will be there, then other people's inspiration. This is how the energy moves. Okay, so creativity is not just for me to fulfill my inner voice. It's also for other people who look at me and even do not agree with me, but secretly they envy, they want also to be unique. And in other circumstances, they may be also brave enough because they saw the precedent in me. So, oh, I may do it also. This is how it works. This is how creativity is so vital for humanity, not just for the individual to feel well, for humanity. Otherwise, humanity is in stagnation, remains the same, does not develop. Many times when someone brings a new development, it looks bizarre, people reject it. And then after 3 or 4 years, it becomes the new thing. But every time it begins as a bizarre, all right? And there are people who are brave enough to be the beginners, and there are who will be their followers, and then others will be their followers. So from time to time, we have the opportunity to be the beginner when our passion is directing us to a place where nobody else goes. I think this is a rare opportunity, a very exciting opportunity to change yourself as well as others. For some time, you'll be alone, and in time, people will join you, and people do join the brave people who make change. But you You need to be resilient, you need to continue, and in time people will join you. You won't be alone for a long time. I think this is a universal law. When someone makes a change, I will send you a video about this. When someone makes a change and is persistent and keeps going this way and makes some results, eventually some people will say, I want this also. It's interesting. I will join him. I will join her. It's always the first one to do it. And this is the one who is brave enough to follow their intuition, their creativity, and to do something other people are not ready to do. Okay. Anyone else wants to say something? Comment before we end this meeting? Okay. So the recording will be ready for you later, today or tomorrow. Thank you for joining us. I see you all have nice weather wherever you are. Yes? So also, Dina is in Holland, right?
Mostly.
Yes.
You are the first from Holland. So you have Holland, we have Poland, we have United States, we have Israel. We used to have India also. Okay. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Feel free to write
Thank
anything
you
in the
very
WhatsApp.
much.
All right. Bye.
Bye-bye.